Hello, welcome to the Strategic Management course. Today we will learn the 7 most important skills at work. Let me first of all introduce myself. My name is Angel Martinez and I work as a coach, individual and team coach. I deliver training in time management, leadership, communication, mindfulness and emotional intelligence. So you know more things about me. And let's go to the main skills for the companies nowadays. The first one would be obviously time management. And what is time management? How well do you manage your time? If you are like many people, your answer may not be completely positive. Perhaps you feel overloaded and you often have to work late to hit your deadlines. Or maybe your day seems to go from one crisis to another, and this is very stressful. Many of us know that we could be managing our time more effectively, but it can be very difficult to identify the mistakes that we are making and to know how we could improve. When we manage our time well, however, we are exceptionally productive at work and our stress levels drop. We can devote time to the interesting high-reward projects that can make a real difference to a career and in general. In short, we are happier. In this video, we will look at the 6 of the most common time management mistakes, as well as identifying strategies and tips that you can use to overcome them. Let's go to the common mistakes. Mistake number 1, failing to keep a to-do list. Do you ever have that feeling that you have forgotten to do an important piece of work? If so, you probably don't use a to-do list to keep on top of things. Or if you do, you might not be using it effectively. The trick when using to-do lists effectively lies in prioritizing the tasks on your list. Many people use an A to C coding system, A for high priority items and C for low priorities. If you have large projects on your list, then unless you are careful, the entries for this can be ineffective. For instance, you may have written down start on budget proposal. But what does this mean? The lack of specifics here might cause you to procrastinate or miss key steps. So make sure that you break large tasks on project down into specific actionable steps. Let's go to the mistake number 2, not setting personal goals. Do you know where you'd like to be in 6 months, on next year, or even 10 years from now? If not, it's time to set some personal goals. Personal goal setting is essential to managing your time well, because goals give you a destination and vision to work. When you know where you want to go, you can manage your priority, time and resources together. Goals also help you decide what's worth spending your time on and what's just a distraction. Mistake number 3, not prioritizing. Sometimes it's hard to know how to prioritize, especially when you are facing a flood of seemingly urgent tasks. However, it's essential to learn how to prioritize tasks effectively if you want to manage your time better. One tool that will help you prioritize effectively is the Covey quadrant. The quadrant number 1 would only contain those activities and responsibilities that require your immediate action. The space is reserved for emergency and extremely important deadlines. The problem is, if you spend most of the time managing crises and problems, it'll keep getting bigger and bigger until it consumes you. Quadrant number 2, not urgent but important. Number 2 comprises the things that are not urgent, but they are important. Things like strategic planning, relationship building, exercise preparation, education, and other personal development activities. This is where highly effective people focus the most. Number 3, urgent but not important. The third quadrant would contain items that appear to have a high urgency, but not all are important. It will be stuff like interruptions, some meetings, phone calls, sometimes are important to others, but not for you. If you find that you are constantly getting interrupted by others, then it might be an idea to set up a designated time to deal with such things, only in one, and go to save your time. Number 4, no urgent and no important. Quadrant number 4 activities are basically time-wasting activities that are not urgent and offer no value for you. It's all about surfing the internet with no purpose, wasting time browsing social media, or endless hours on TV. So go to mistake number 4, failing to manage distractions. Do you know that some of us can lose as much as 2 hours a day to distractions? Think how much you could get done if you had this time back. Whether they come from emails, chats, colleagues, or phone calls from some kind of clients, distractions prevent us from achieving our objectives. If you want to gain control to your day and do your best work, it's vital to know how to minimize distractions and manage interruptions effectively. For instance, turn off your chat when you need to focus and let people know if they are distracting you too often. You should also learn how to improve your concentration, even when they are faced with distractions. Mistake number 5, procrastination, occurs when you put off tasks that you should be focusing on right now. When you procrastinate, you feel guilty that you haven't started. You come to dread going to the task, and eventually everything catches up with you when you fail to complete the work on time. Often procrastinators feel that they have to complete a task from start to finish, and this high expectation makes them feel overwhelmed. Instead, you focus on devoting a small amount of time to starting. That's all. Mistake number 6, ineffectively scheduling tasks. Are you a morning person? Or do you find your energy picking up once the sun begins to set in the evening? All of us have different rhythms. That is, different times of day when we feel most productive and energetic. So choose the best time for you.